Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, everyone. You got Lanny over here. Bert, we are the Dividend Diplomats, and we are excited to bring you another video about our stock purchases that we've had recently.
Smash that subscribe button, give Bert and Lanny a thumbs up. Bert acquired some stock with his wife. I went out there and deployed more capital in the market. I said, Wall Street bets, hedge fund managers, get out of my way, because we're still keeping it consistent with dividend stock purchases.
Yep, exactly, everybody. Madness is going on all around us. Chaos, companies, you got your GameStop flying up, flying down. You know what? It doesn't matter. We are always on the lookout for those undervalued dividend growth stocks. We are dividend investors through and through. And how do we find these undervalued dividend stocks that we're always purchasing? Using the famous Dividend Diplomats Dividend Stock Screener. We looked at the price to earnings ratio to make sure it's below the S&P 500. We review the dividend payout ratio to make sure it's less than 60%. Then we look at the dividend growth history to make sure a company has a strong dividend growth rate and has a nice long history of increasing that dividend.
Now again, we like to keep it consistent with the strategy, and we also keep it consistent with the dividend stock purchases. If you don't know already, and I know some of you are just starting out or thinking about it, but we're using dividend investing to add dividend income as our main source of passive income or portfolio income on that journey to financial freedom. The name of the game is to buy assets that create income, and that income can be used for your everyday living expenses. So dividend income is a great way. It's an easy way to start. And this past week of January 25th, we kept deploying capital into the market regardless of the loud noise that is going on into individual dividend stocks as well as ETFs or exchange traded funds in order to keep adding to that dividend income total.
Yeah, we believe transparency is key. On our website, we show our full dividend stock portfolios. We want to show you that we are also investing in all the stocks we're constantly talking about. We don't produce watch lists just for the fun of it to get the views. We produce watch lists because these are stocks that we're focused on, that we want to add, and that we want to continue helping grow our income and also grow your income along the way. And that's why we're excited to talk to you about our purchases from the last week. And I think, in my mind, if we want to talk about the model consistency, I think Lanny should kick this one off right here, because part of his investing strategy is something very consistent that's been very exciting to watch. So Lanny, why don't you tell us about your first purchase of the week that's happened to be your first purchase every week?
So if you don't know by now, again, you can watch last week's video, some of the other prior week videos, watch the Vanguard strategy video. Now Vanguard is one of the top investment management firms here in this world. And I currently invest with my wife, we both invest into 3 shares of Vanguard's high dividend yield ETF. At some point it's like, hey, are we going to stop doing this every Monday strategy? No, as of right now, no, especially as there's significant volatility. Insert Robinhood, GameStop, AMC, all those spec stocks. It's good to get back to something very clean, basic, and Vanguard's high dividend yield ETF, which is ticker symbol VYM, continues to do just that. So again, Monday morning, my wife and I, we each bought 3 shares of Vanguard high dividend yield ETF at a price of $93.68, and we each then in total, each added $8.73 in forward dividend income based on a $2.91 per ETF going forward. So in total, over almost $17.50 of dividend income was added. And VYM actually dropped in share price towards the end of the week as the market came crumbling. So you better believe that more shares will be added during the week of the first week of February.
I didn't realize your VYM purchases could actually go down, Lanny, because they've seemed to go up and you've been adding more, but that's the point of his strategy. He is slowly adding. His cost basis on this is much lower than what the current share price is because he's just been slowly building that position over time.
So VYM, 6 total shares and almost $17.50 in dividends added at a yield of about 3.11%.
Congratulations, Lanny. More fantastic income added right there.
What about you, Bert? What was that first one that you came in knocking down the door?
Our first stock we purchased this week is actually one we've just been slowly building and adding to my wife's portfolio. We've continued to slowly grow her position in Pfizer over the week, ticker symbol PFE. we only added 2 shares, but this is a company we've been slowly but surely adding to.
COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah, they continue to pump up the vaccine. Their price appreciated significantly into the fourth quarter with the release of the vaccine rollout, but it has come down back to earth into some of the metrics and levels that we liked back when the company was featured on our watch list and on our YouTube channel several months ago. So yeah, we picked up 2 shares. Average stock price was just over $36 per share. In total, not a ton of income. They just increased that dividend, though, in the fourth quarter to 39 cents per share per quarter. So taking that, you annualize it, we added $3.12 with this purchase.
Nice.
Nothing crazy, but we're building a very high-quality pharmaceutical company, and it's kind of fun. She works in the medical sector, so it's nice adding some of the pharmaceutical companies that she gets to interact with.
The feel-good Pfizer stock right now. Who would have thought? It's not just about the blue pill, but it's about the vaccine. And again, what was that yield? 4.3% you were saying?
Yep. Yeah. So nice, obviously a higher yield there on the purchase, but it wasn't just about the yield. It was just about the company's growth history. We're excited to see how 2021 happens, what the impact of the vaccine and how it's going to pump through and flow through to the company's financials for a full year. And we're also excited to see how this spin-off finishes out. They spun off the first part of the company, and then they're going to announce the dividend and how things are going to be adjusted. So it'll be fun to see where Pfizer happens. But in the meantime, they're undervalued, strong fundamentals, 2 shares, nothing too crazy. We're going to continue slowly building that position over time.
I like it, Bertie.
Yeah. So what about you, Lanny? What's the first non-ETF that you added?
Well, kind of boring, because if you just watched last week's video, it's kind of a same style this week, but boring is good. I mean,
it's great.
You don't want to be like, oh, let me keep checking on this price, let me keep checking on this stock. Oh, 3 a.m. you get the cold sweats, you turn over, and you know, again, this is a stock that, again, it's consistent. You know, it comes back to the big red, telecommunications, Verizon Communications, ticker symbol VZ. I've been adding to this position. They were on my January, I believe, dividend stock watch list. You know, again, I added 5 shares this midweek at $55.40, so a total of $277 was invested. And the total of dividends was added was $12.55, so an average yield of about 4.53%. And the reason why I like Big Red is it's a good complement to the AT&T position, ticker symbol T. And again, AT&T continues to pump that, you know, close to 8% dividend right now. Yeah. But I wanted a complement to it, as well as the leader in the 5G platform. And, you know, I know a lot of people have been asking about why Verizon stock price is coming down. And yes, it could be because of the potential debt that they take on to, you know, win as much as they can from this 5G auction, which I'm pretty sure is over $90 billion.
It is not a cheap auction, but they're the market leader in this sector. This is really going to help push them in this race to the best 5G network with them. And look at where we are in 2021. Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody's connected. It's part of where life's moving. They're in a critical sector for our day-to-day lives. So yeah, building your position in another company in that sector, so now you own 2 of the best in the industry, never a bad move. So fantastic job, Lanny.
I appreciate it. Again, quick metrics. Price to earnings was below 12. Payout ratio on forward earnings was around 50%. They have dividend growth of going on 15 or so years right now. Obviously, the growth is kind of like AT&T at between 2 to 3% per year on the growth rate. 4.5% dividend yield, 5 shares, Verizon added.
Interestingly, 2 days later,
Jinkies.
I also bought 5 shares, or my wife bought 5 shares, let me rephrase that, in her portfolio of Verizon, and the price went down even further, so we bought 5 shares.
Ah, you beat me out on the price, you son of a gun.
I did. We caught it just below $55 per share. Hey, I'll take it. So actually, my yield was better than your yield on the purchase. Our average yield on the purchase was 4.57%. Not much of a difference, but Lanny always does this to me, so I get to take the cake and actually enjoy smiling here and saying I got a lower price than you.
Touche.
It's all right. Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
I'm gonna have to change that this week. I'm gonna have to try to find Verizon at about 54.90 or something like that this week.
All right, and then I'll get it at 54.85.
And then I'll switch in music you through the window.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yes, you will.
I'll grab the boot and then just spin.
Nope. Ain't happening, Stone Cold.
Yep.
All right, so how, the average yield was what again on this purchase?
4.57%. So I also added to Verizon. Now let's move into our favorite sector, banking. Lanny, who is your third and final purchase for this week?
We do like the banking industry. We both are deeply rooted in that industry, and the community bank, the small bank out there, we do have near and dear to our hearts. I continue to add to my Orrstown financial position. In fact, I added around 15 shares this week to Orrstown at a price of $17.48. which was slightly lower than my prior week purchase of Orrstown. Again, ticker symbol is ORRF. They're a few $1 billion in total asset size. They're building that dividend growth streak up. And in fact, they increased their dividend by 1 cent from 17 cents to 18 cents this week.
Yeah,
and
nice little January surprise right there.
And again, this was after I purchased the shares, so I was purchasing them regardless. So 15 shares of Orrstown added $10.80 to my forward income. Total cost was around $262, and the yield on that purchase was 4.1%.
Looks like that purchase is on the spot, Lanny.
Now, Orrstown, again, take a look at it. I know a lot of comments, people were getting excited about it, and I think Bert has another community bank that he wants to talk about that is pretty aligned with this Orrstown purchase. So, Bert, what community bank did you get?
We went back into our own Buckeye State here. Another smaller community bank, publicly traded in the several billion-dollar range, closer to Columbus, Ohio. LCMB Bank, ticker symbol LCMB. You didn't think I was going to let Lanny be the only one that was going to be purchasing community bank stocks. I was actually getting a little jealous because I hadn't gotten in on the fund, so I found another community bank with strong fundamentals that's trading at a price to book value that's right around the book value. Yeah, and that's really what we like to see. We like to see those low price to book because they're trading at a multiple less than their equity. Who wouldn't want that? That's a great way to tell undervaluation signs for that banking sector. LCMB is also, like Orrstown, starting to increase that dividend as well. While they haven't announced a January dividend increase, they announced a nice 1 cent per share increase in their quarterly dividend back in November too. So they are slowly building that dividend growth streak here.
So Bert, how many shares and what was that average purchase price?
Yeah, so we actually bought them multiple times throughout the week. I kept this one in my portfolio. It's in my taxable traditional brokerage account with Fidelity. My first purchase was on the 26th. I added 20 shares at a stock price of $15.67. On the 27th, I added 5 more at $15.60. On the 29th, I added 7 more at $15.47. So the price just slowly kept going down throughout the week. Overall, the yields were between 4.85% on that first purchase, 4.91% on the last purchase, so just under 5%, a very high yielding dividend stock here. But I'm enjoying it. It'll be fun to start building this community bank.
So how much in dividends did you add from LCMB, Bert?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question here. Let me just sum them up quickly. We added $24.32 from LCMB.
Solid.
Yeah, so I'm going to probably continue building my position, much like Lanny has done with Orrstown here. The price continues to slide, and as we learn more about their earnings and see what's coming down the pipeline for the banking sector.
And Bert, what goal are you looking for with LCMB? You're looking to get it to 100 shares, 250 shares? Like, what kind of would be your nice sweet spot with LCMB?
$1 million.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding. I know. I would honestly, I just want to continue building my position here. I would love 100 shares. That would be good. Anytime you can get a position in the 100 shares mark, it's just cool to see. But right now, probably short term, building it to 50 shares, I think that'd be a nice start. And I'll just continue adding over time as it makes sense. One day, I'd love to get to 100.
I'm throwing a bet that he gets to 50 the first week of February.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because it's fun putting your cash to work in income-producing assets.
All right, Bert, so in total, how much capital did you deploy this last week of January?
We added between our two portfolios just under $850. $846 was the exact total. Our income added was $39.99, just under $40.
Gotta get that tax added in.
I know, right? But overall, our yield is 4.72% on these purchases. So again, I continue to purchase these high yielding dividend stocks. We're looking to grow our taxable income as we continue this pursuit of financial freedom. But it's not just about yield. I continue to say this every week in our purchase video. These are stocks that we think are fundamentally strong, meet all of our metrics. It just happens that they're high yielding stocks too.
Bert, the high yield hurt locker.
Got to do something with this cash. Hey, whatever the yield is, it's higher than what we're earning in our savings account. So what about you, Lanny? Let's hear the stats.
Oh, thanks, Bert. So overall cost was around $1,100, and we added $40.81 to our forward dividend income, which that yields around 3.71%. So, above our total average dividend yield, thanks to Orrstown and Verizon's yield. And again, the VYM yield is around 3.1% at the time of purchase. So, again, overall 3.7% yield on an $1,101 investment. Over $40 was added. So can't complain there.
Fantastic stuff. Nice job. Continuing to push those portfolios forward. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Now, the question we have for you is, what did you buy this week? What are you seeing? Is there a dividend aristocrat out there that you're liking? Are you buying more of maybe Aflac, Leggett and Plott, General Dynamics? Given the stock prices were tumbling towards the end of the week on January 29th specifically, we would love to hear your feedback.
Yeah, and if you don't follow our channel, please do so. We appreciate all the subscriptions as we continue to grow and bringing you some dividend investing and teaching you what we know about dividend stocks.
Thanks for stopping by. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to our channel. This is Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats.
Over and out.